Welcome to News, Booze, and What We Choose with Danielle and Dami, kind of, sort of, a new Dami if you're watching.
Hey, grab a drink, get the news, and come hang with us.
Cheers.
Cheers.
What do you want, or what are you drinking, Megan Fox?
I made a pomegranate martini and I took a little sneak peek sip. That's a weird saying.
Sneak peek sip.
A sneak peek sip. It's where you sneak a peek. Sneak a, I don't know.
Apparently that sip really did her in already.
It really did. The brunette is going to my head.
So it's a pomegranate martini, not so. Interesting. What is it? Gin?
Uh,
Vodka?
Vodka and not triple sep. Wow. Oh my goodness. Not
You're
triple sec.
wasted.
I am. Calm down. Get me a water. But Grand Marnier, some lime and trying to think what else. I'm basically, oh, and pomegranate juice. Duh.
Is that what makes it so pink?
Yeah, it's pretty delicious. It's basically like a Cosmo.
Delish. It does look like a Cosmo. Well, the blur of a cup looks like a Cosmo. Move it in front of your face. There we go. Um,
What do you
well,
drink?
I'm drinking a good old glass of crisp, like so crisp, Sauvignon Blanc, Clos de Beau.
Yep. That's a good one.
Uh, delicious.
I love a
It's, I was just craving, like, because I don't drink during the week.
soft.
And today I was just like, you know what I really want is a really, really cold, cold, cold glass of white wine. So that's what I got.
I love that. Yep. I love.
Delicious.
Did you say Sauvignon Blanc or do you say Sauv Blanc or
Oh,
both?
well, I think I just said Sauv Blanc, but usually say Sauvignon. Sauvignon? Sauvignon?
I'm
Sauvignon?
saying,
What?
I'm
Now
like,
I'm overthinking it. What is
the
it?
more I say it, the worse it
It's
gets.
like saying the word fork. If you say fork over and over, it sounds like you're saying an alien language. Fork.
Pork, pork.
I'm telling you, keep saying it over and over. It's just like any other random words. If you say it too many times, it just starts sounding like a foreign language. Like you really have no idea if you're saying it right.
I like to pork my
Mm.
fork.
Ew. I don't even know what that means.
No, either, but I just figured it.
Gross.
Well, it could be like eating pork. I like to fork my pork.
Did you know pork doesn't actually, it marinates in its own juices because it doesn't have sweat glands. So pigs actually, that's why it's so salty. The more you know,
It's
the other white
delicious.
meat.
So.
So since we last cheers, what have you been up to?
Well, other than getting my hair done, which was lovely, I also treated myself to sushi today. It was really nice, but it was like a rush sushi, and I just want everyone to have the image that I was driving with chopsticks in my hands,
Oh,
eating
you were
a
eating sushi in your car?
yeah, there was no like waiting, like it was no sushi or eat the sushi while you're driving. But I did it and I didn't spill once, and I was a fucking pro. So, you know what?
Wow.
Kudos to you, but
I've
hilarious.
been I hand roll my own sushi rolls at home, but I do like because there's no point in going to sushi right now. I have a 2 and a 4-year-old. They're not going to eat it.
Yeah,
But I usually do like a cucumber roll or an avocado roll. Make it simple, but
cute.
chef's kiss.
Yep. Other than that, I went to the Giants game earlier this week, with some colleagues. It was like for a work thing, but I was able to bring my younger brother Julian and his new fiance, Kathleen. So it's really cute. And Julian introduced me to the amazing crab sandwich that's at the ballpark. Oh my God, it was so good. And it was just was a lot of fun to like hang out with my coworkers and my brother and Kathleen.
Yay.
Cute. And like kudos to my mom for watching the boys and putting them down for bed. And she was sick.
Where was
So
Charlie?
Charlie's finishing his master's program. So
Oh,
Tuesday nights, not every Tuesday nights, but like during the summer, he's had to go physically into San Jose State. So
oh
poor guy.
damn.
Yeah, it's a long drive and they keep him there till 10 p.m. So yeah.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
Day.
And then
Yes,
he has to drive all the way home after that?
all the way home. He did that twice this week. I was like,
Damn.
mm-hmm.
Wow.
We got solar on our house. That was exciting today,
You
guys.
you guys were talking about once I was there last time, you guys were talking about it. So you finally did it?
We did it. I'm very glad because Trump actually is taking away one of the benefits of getting solar, and also simultaneously PG&E is hiking their prices. So
Gotta love it.
yeah, they really are freaking a-holes. So it like works out though that we got it in time, so we'll get a nice payback when taxes come. So it kind of equivalates like I think like 4 to 6K out of pocket. And then that just makes it, you make up the money like
Yeah.
about PG&E and how much expensive it's been already. So I'm excited for that. That makes me feel like a grown up, although I had really no part in it. That was all Charlie. So thank you,
I know
Charlie,
he was like crunching the numbers when we were
crunching
over
the
at the
numbers.
sandbox.
Thank you, Charlie. And then earlier today, or not earlier, but in the afternoon, I took the boys' day to like a really cute, magical little park. It was just me because he has a paper that he has to write for school, so I thought I'd give him some time. And it just was really cute. It was like up in the redwoods, only 10 minutes away, and they got to just run on the grass. Super, super cute. Special time.
I
Yeah.
thought you were gonna say, because you wrote down Magical Park, I thought you were gonna say the Fairyland place that's in Oakland.
That is a magical park too, but more people. This was just like me and the boys, like the sun was shining like through the trees. You know when you're just like you have that moment with your kids and you're just like it's just peaceful, no one's
Yes.
fighting. We had like a moment where Lucas tried to run towards the parking lot and I literally flipped down on him. But outside of that,
Beautiful. Harmonious moment.
he learned. He was telling William to not run away. He goes, "Wee wee, don't run away. Don't run away." And I was like, "That's right. Don't run
Exactly.
away."
That's like when Forrest tells Wyatt, like, because sometimes Wyatt will do something that he knows he's not supposed to do, but he'll do it, and he goes, "Hey, hey." He literally makes that sound, and Forrest will be like, "Wyatt, no," and I'm like, "Who's the parent?"
I appreciate the help.
Oh, for sure. I'm like, "Go forth, Wyatt or Forrest, put him on timeout." Um, well,
What have you been up to?
well, last weekend I took my boys to my cousin's house and we went swimming and had like a little late afternoon swim time, which was really nice. And then kind of just chatted about the upcoming birthday situations and potentially keep this in mind for November, potentially going to do a golden birthday
Ooh,
because um, my cousin by blood, he is turning 44, which is like apparently considered a golden birthday, and I'm turning 4D. Yeah, that's the first time I've said it out loud.
you're turning 40.
Yeah.
I thought you for a second said 4D, and I was like, 4D?
You're
Like,
like, you're gonna go in 4D? Fourth dimension?
you're playing bingo?
Uh, yeah. So
You're
we're
turning
con
40. Oh
yeah,
my
we're
God.
potentially thinking about doing a combo birthday because we're only 5 days apart.
Mhm.
He's November 10th, I'm November 5th. And we're thinking of doing a golden theme where you just come dressed in gold or covered in gold glitter or whatever, like, and just all gold, gold balloons, gold, the whole thing. So considering doing that, for birthday. So I'll keep you posted if that happens in November.
And that would be
But it
up where you live, right? Okay.
correct, because we both live up here.
Yeah.
It would only make sense. Um, so yeah, that's something to consider. I will give you details, obviously, because you're coming. It's 4-0. It's a big deal. And I haven't really celebrated my birthday like big in a
Yeah.
long ass time.
Yeah. I'm not.
Long ass time. So yeah, and then chatted about Summerween. So I'm really excited because we're gonna just do like summer camp. So for the boys' birthday, when they come out, gonna have the whole living room decorated like summer camp.
Mhm.
And it's gonna be slasher summer. So we're gonna do uh slasher slash Halloween-esque vibes, and then probably gonna go over and to a splash pad park for the day of their birthday, but we'll get to there because that's in 2 weeks. So
Okay.
it's on July 10th, but I'll chat about that next week, because it'll be the week after that.
Yeah.
But anywho, that's pretty much it. Like really just did that, been working,
Mm-hmm.
fun times, looking forward to a long weekend next weekend for 4th of July. which we'll have to chat about offline when we want to record because you're going to be camping.
Yeah.
So, um,
I do have
we'll
all
chat
of
about.
next week off. So now I have like officially I am on vacay, so we could do an early
Oh
um
yeah, let's do like Wednesday or Thursday. Well, what day are you leaving?
we're
We'll chat
leaving
about it. We'll chat about it
yeah.
offline. Yeah,
Deal.
we'll chat about it offline.
You mean our
Anywho,
listeners don't want to listen to the inner workings of our
or they don't want to know when you are not going to be home.
That's true.
Well, into our next segment, which I have now dubbed What the Fuck, Trump? Because most of the time we start off with the news, and as of all of our episodes, pretty much, we always start off with a little ditty about Jack and Diane, aka Trump, and whatever the fuck is our administration is up to. So, what the fuck, Trump news segment. Um, so Trump announced that there was a ceasefire earlier this week. Yeah, that was a lie. Because Iran goes, what are you talking about? Like, we didn't agree to a ceasefire. What the hell? So yeah, so our pathological liar president is still doing his thing, and he basically just announced a ceasefire, which I was skeptical about when I saw it because I was like, guys, I don't think there will be peace in the Middle East, but I'm just gonna I'll just see what happens. And of course, within like 24 hours, it was like, no, no way. Um, but what are your thoughts? Like when you saw that, did you believe it or you're like, okay, cool, I guess it's good news?
No, I didn't believe it for a second. This man has lost all credibility. It's gone out the window. Whoever believes him is a like you're a doofus. Like there's no way. But also, I think I was thinking like what was his like MO there and it almost it's like kind of comical. It's kind of like a 12-year-old who's like I don't know like hoping that his like parents are gonna like make up like a parent trap kind of
His
situation.
divorced parents are gonna get back together. And Iran
He's
is his
like
mom and like
they
Israel
stop
is his dad.
they've stopped fighting. I've ordered a ceasefire. They've all agreed.
They're gonna get back together.
They're like the fuck we are.
Hey, little shit kid, get back in your room. No, he was crazy. Like, and the fact that he did that, and then he like used the F-bomb on the news and was like, I'm fucking mad at Israel. It's like,
Oh yeah.
bruh, bruh. And also, let's be real here. If you're getting bombed at, you're gonna defend yourself. So don't get mad at anybody for like defending themselves. I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna put that out there in the world because like, what do you expect them to do? Just lay back and take it?
Yeah.
No, no, they're gonna freaking defend their land. But anywho, he's an idiot. And I think he's legitimately going through it or something because have you seen his tweets lately? He has lost his mind more than usual. Like he's doing like multiple misspellings, all of this. And didn't he also say something like because he had the ceasefire happen allegedly before we found out that he was actually a psychopath and just made that up out of thin air,
Mhm.
um, that he was thinking that he was going to get the Nobel Peace Prize?
I saw that meme that you posted where it's like
What?
himself like putting the Nobel Peace Prize on himself.
Like after he announced the ceasefire, what he imagined. Grief.
Narcissist. It's
Oh my God.
narcissism,
Did you see that
delusion.
video
Which one?
where
No.
of when he went to the NATO thing and then he like moved people aside so he can be in the front? And there was a video of him being like, move, and then he stands there. And the guys behind him like, okay. And then the did you see the freaking God, what was it? The Netherlands or something? The woman leader, she like mocked him talking. It was so funny. I love
It's just
her.
so hard not to, right? Like
She's my queen.
it's it's a ridiculous, frightening, and just altogether sad. Like, yeah, this is
At our
our
expense, at America's expense.
hmm Yeah. I can't believe we're living this nightmare.
We're living, like I'm gonna say this pretty much all the time now. We're living
Yeah.
in a real life reality show, and he's just kind of throwing shit at the wall to see what happens and is hoping for good ratings. And it's like, no, guy, you're not on TV anymore, bro.
Mm. Do you feel like I'm kind of leading the witness here? Do you feel like after the protesting that we all just partook in, do you feel like there's like kind of like everyone's kind of slightly disassociating just a little bit more, like regressing back, right? I think we're just so tired. So
It's
tired.
exhausting and it's only been 6 months.
Yeah. The protest wasn't even that long ago. Like,
3 weeks, 2 weeks, three
yeah,
weeks.
I know King's Day was June 17th.
June 14th.
June 14th, you're right.
2 weeks.
2 weeks ago. Two
That
weeks
feels
feels
like two
like,
months ago.
yeah, that's insane. That's so wild. But I mean, so yeah, I'm tired. Like this past week, I was like I was present. Like I saw all the reels, I saw all of the like the news clippings, but I wasn't like, I don't know. But so whatever they're doing, it's working and it's sad. But where is our like Congress? Where is our like where are the people who are supposed to be working for us?
Let's chat about
Because
them. Let's talk about those
yeah,
people because let me tell you, the
yeah.
Supreme Court is being a bunch of dicks because they've done a lot of things this week. They've been very busy. They've literally been being like, "Sure, Trump, go for it." Like
Hmm.
they are just signing away everything. They're signing away everything. Pretty much so Supreme Court gives Trump a wave of victories in a blockbuster final week. Um, and of course, like now I'm trying to click through. Okay, so SCOTUS um imitated that nationwide injunctions in birthright citizenship order. So the Supreme Court sided with Trump administration's request to limit universal injunctions issued by federal courts in a 6-3 decision along ideological guidelines. It focused on whether federal courts have the power to issue nationwide blocks. Trump made a rare appearance in the White House briefing, saying, calling it a monumental victory for the Constitution. Actually, it opposes the Constitution. Dillhole has even read it. Um, the separation of powers and the rule of law. Basically, this is going to be key elements of his immigration policy without the threat of broad injunctions against him, of course. Basically, and also then they sign off too on parents can opt kids out of classes that have LGBTQ book characters. So something I saw that I've actually been putting in comments on different like news posts is
Hmm.
gay people have had to read about hetero relationships in books for years. Years. Did that turn them hetero? No. Having a storyline of, an LGBTQ person in a book with another LGBTQ person is not going to make a hetero child gay. Like, do they not put those two things together? Like, you cannot make a gay person straight. That's like, remember those back in the day when they would be like, what were those camps called? Like regeneration camps?
Oh, yeah, or something
You
like
know what I'm talking about? Where
that.
like
Hmm.
literally parents would send their kids to camps to get straightified.
Oh my God. Yeah. It's horrifying. Every time I watch uh what's the Queen's one? RuPaul's Drag Race. And you always like there's always someone on the show who talks about like their parents sending them there and how horrific and like heartbreaking that is.
Or
Mm-mm.
like the show that I watched, the one that was in South Carolina, where it's like the dad or the mom was completely like avoidant of the child because he's gay and like he
God.
acknowledged like he hasn't spoken to his mom and or she's like super disappointed. I'm like, you're disappointed in how they literally just became.
Yeah, heartbreaking. The this so I don't understand the context of like what books, how old are we talking? To me it doesn't like make sense and I think what's being spoken about on the other side is different versus like what we're hearing and I haven't heard like what books are we talking about? How old are we? Because like to me if you're talking about like okay, this is, yes, you can have a hetero relationship, or there are people who also like guys when they're guys and girls when they're girls or whatever, or tree or couch. I don't know. But like that seems like if we're going down like birds and bees, like that could be in sex ed. And if somebody wants to like, because I think now you can opt out to have your kid do sex ed. So if they wanted to,
I had friends in school that did that where their parent wouldn't sign off on sex education, so they had to go to a room and watch a movie while we all learned about condoms and
which is weird,
penises and
right?
stuff.
But at the same time, it's their right as like the parent, and that might be like for religious reasons. And we live in a country where at the current moment you have religious freedom. I get so that are
Not
that
for very long if Trump has his way.
yeah, well, but that concept of it, I can understand. But if it's like, I don't know, like I'm not offended by that. I don't care. Um, Either way, it doesn't bother me. If there was a book that my kids, want to read about, I mean, we have like Pink is for Boys, like book, and it's adorable. Um,
Yeah,
you
I
don't understand the
they choose.
context. Like, why are we so angry about this? But also, why did it go to the Supreme Court?
Oh no, and they're not done. There's multiple things they've done this week. This is just like two of the things. No, the boys love to go to the library and they'll just pick books based on like they at that age, at this age, they don't think this is for boys, this is for girls. They just think like, oh, this looks fun. I want to do it. I painted my nails the other day. I was painting my or giving myself a pedicure. Wyatt throws his foot up there and he wants to have blue toenails too. So I'm like, okay. And so he's literally been running like for the last week and a half and rocking a blue toenails. Like, who cares? Like, and it's not like, oh, because I did it one time, he's just gonna be he's gonna grow up to be fully full blown twink. Like, no,
I mean,
you
I
and
think
if he
people have
does,
that thought process. I know that they do. There's in the twin forums, there are moms who have posted about like my son wants to wear his sister's things. Like, what should I do? And there are people who are like, let him. Who
let
cares?
them.
That's definitely where I'm at. Or the other one's like, I wouldn't do that. So it's clearly like I think it's ultimately it's for wrong or for right, for homophobia or not, like it's up to the parent, and that's sad, but it should be up to the parent.
It
Like,
should be not not Supreme Court.
it should not, why are like, you know what? This is like we have bigger fish to fry. Like, this should have been like the state should have decided, no, guys, like, sorry, a parent does have the right to choose. Like, your homophobic ass can say, no, you don't want your son to read, I don't know, a board book about gay men. Like,
Well,
fine,
like,
you
well,
suck.
it's like also the board book would most likely just be like
Yeah,
Johnny and Billy
fine.
have
Yeah.
like they're not like teaching like, okay, so guys, now let's teach children about how to have homosexual sex. Like,
Yeah.
it's not going to happen. Like, you guys need to chill the
Probably
fuck
like
out.
Millie has two moms. That's probably what it is.
Oh, that's probably problematic as fuck. That's one that's getting burned in the square.
Millie
Burn
does
it.
not have two moms. Millie has two moms, okay?
What about let's teach children about polyamory?
Yeah, I can do that too.
How about that? How about that?
You teach me about
Um,
poetry because I is that
oh,
the one
well,
with
basically,
rules?
that's the one where everyone is very open and fluid and they like kind of just you like who you love and it can be a multi-partner situation. Like we actually know someone who is a polyamory person,
Mhm.
polyamorous, follows polyamorism. Anyway,
Polyamory.
um yeah. So basically it just means that they're not monogamous.
Gotcha.
They can
Okay.
just anywho. As long as everyone is understanding of it, it's not like I'm just gonna go on and cheat and you're gonna be
Right.
fine with it. Like, no, it's not like that.
Okay.
Um, Another thing that we'll go and circle back to also like the birthright and all that shebang, but another thing that Supreme Court also did was SCOTUS upholds South Carolina's ban on Medicaid funds for Planned Parenthood. So this is just the first that is going to start of many.
Mhm.
So basically they're trying to defund Planned Parenthood. First, they're banning abortions. Now they're defunding Planned Parenthood. So they want you to have kids, but they don't want you to actually have to take care of the babies. I don't know if they thought that one through. I don't know. Taxpayers should not be forced to subsidize abortion providers who are in direct opposition of their beliefs. Oh, but then you guys can use our tax dollars to fund your
Mhm.
golf events and your flagpole and break freaking bulldozing Jackie O's rose garden. And seriously, guys, you're such big ass hypocrites. It's actually flabbergasting.
It's exhausting.
Um, Fucking ridiculous. So SCOTUS also postponed a Louisiana redistricting case to next term for basically legislature's creation of a Black majority congressional district. A group of voters sued, arguing that the state legislature had unconstitutionally relied on race in drawing new congressional district lines. So basically, they're trying to omit that, and the state legislature drew new congressional district lines that provided for only one majority Black district in a state versus multiple. So they won't be discriminatory as long as there's just one there.
This is awful.
SCOTUS also sides with Texas age verification law for porn sites. What? This is a
You
new
have
one.
to
I didn't even.
verify age for porn sites.
So the U.S. Supreme Court on Friday upheld a Texas law requiring consumers to provide age verification in order to gain access. Okay, I'm okay with this one. It was the first time that the court has imposed requirements on adult consumers in order to protect minors from having access.
Does it really
Okay.
protect you? You literally just type in your fake age. And also it's just
Or do you have to scan your ID?
no, it'd be like, have you ever been to like a liquor's website, and then you just like scroll down and you pick your
Or you just click like, yes, I'm
age?
over 21.
Yeah. That's just more annoying when you're trying to, look at
Get
porn.
yourself off.
Yes, 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 yes.
For the love of God, yes. SCOTUS upheld a program providing internet access to rural Americans. Okay, so not all things bad, I guess. Um, let's go back to oh wait, one other thing. Last one. SCOTUS upheld a key Obamacare measure on preventative care. So the Supreme Court on Friday today upheld a key provision of the Affordable Care Act, ensuring, at least for now, that some 150 million will continue getting many free preventative services. So cool. So see, guys, we're not saying everything is bad. But let's go back to the bad one, or one of them. SCOTUS limited nationwide injunctions in birthright citizenship order. Basically, what I saw too was a great example. It basically says just because you were born in the United States doesn't mean that you belong here. So someone said, well, your wife is an immigrant and your child is born of an immigrant. So both your child and your wife need to be deported. Um, Has he thought about that? I don't think he thinks actually. I think he just pulls the trigger and hopes like
Yeah,
it'll figure itself out.
yeah. And with that logic, I think everyone except for Native Americans need to get the fuck out then.
Am I right? Oh my God, I just saw side note. I just saw this awesome picture where it was like there was only a bald eagle landed on the arm of a Native American in a football game, like in the stands.
Oh, this is real?
And
Oh
yeah, and
my God, I love it.
all the people around him were like, "What the fuck?" Like, and it was like of all the people to have this bald eagle land on, it was a Native American. It was like that's the most American shit I've ever seen.
I actually really loved what you posted too. It was like, don't let anyone tell you that you don't look American, and like this is what Americans look like, and then it's like a montage of natives. Um,
No, did you see that woman? Actually, an older Native American woman, and she's getting pulled over by the ICE agents or whatever. And she's like, "Oh, are you Native?" She's like, "I'm actually the most Native American. How are you? You're not. You're not from here. You're not from this land. I am." And she's like, "Do you see this? Do you see this? I am."
yeah,
And then she's like, "You need to go home. Where do you live? Not in this country." And she just like wouldn't back down. I was like, I love
kick
her
rocks.
so
I love
much.
that. Like it's sad. This is a little mini tangent, but I'm 46% native, with no tribe because of what like ethnic cleansing, is that what it's called? When they like you just have no ties because of, history.
So
Um,
you have no tribe? That's so
I have
sad.
no tribe. So if there's a tribe out there that wants to adopt me, teach
Adopt adopt a tribeless woman.
yeah. But no, yeah, I love that. And I definitely think like with that logic, then everybody gets, it's time to go home.
Everyone, every
Saying you can't You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Oh, wait.
Hmm.
Has there been an update? President Donald Trump called the ruling a monumental decision in remarks after the court split along ideological lines. Blah, blah, blah. So what does this mean? Nope. Nope, there was no update. Never mind. I was gonna say, oh my God. Well, because they worded it weird in the intro.
Oh.
But basically, it is long been widely accepted, including by legal scholars on the left and the right, that the Constitution's 14th Amendment confers automatic citizenship if you were born in the United States. The decision did not touch upon the legal merits of Trump's plan, but the administration is likely to benefit on multiple fronts as it can now seek to also limit other nationwide injunctions that lower courts have imposed on a range of aggressive executive branch issues, including efforts to downsize the federal government. Dude,
Mm.
you guys have been just like cutting people left and right. I don't know, dude. So it doesn't really say when this is going to go into effect. But just another bunch of crap that he's been just up to this week.
That's fun.
Yeah,
Should we move it along to what we choose then?
let's do it. But that's also another thing that our lovely leader,
Hmm.
the Trump administration this week proposed sweeping new restrictions on student loan forgiveness for public service borrowers, potentially threatening to shut down debt relief for millions of people based on the activities of the organizations, and is basically limiting that. Oh, well, we can take money out of your paycheck. We'll take money out if you have any student loan debt.
Yeah.
We'll seize those assets. So people need to like really look into this if they're apparently not doing one of the following. The newly unveiled regulations would limit relief under the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, which offers student loan forgiveness for borrowers who devote at least 10 years to working for qualifying nonprofit organizations or government entities. The Department of Education released proposed rules on Tuesday of this week that would block PSLF for entire organizations or governments that the administration determines are engaged in activities that have a substantial illegal purpose. So the groups have warned that if the rules are successfully implemented, many borrowers would be cut off from the loan forgiveness program.
All of it compounds down to like he does not want um his constituents to be anywhere at a level that's near him or his buddies. He wants all of us down here because we're more easily like manipulated that way because we don't have education or we're cut off from food services, health services. Now you're in debt, everything is more expensive. You're just easier to just take and control. Maybe not manipulate, just manipulate, but also to control. Um,
Let's
he
keep
doesn't,
also in mind that he's also claimed bankruptcy 6 times.
yeah. Along with his many, many, many counts of felony charges.
Felony and philandering,
So, um, real stand-up dude.
and that's our leader, guys. People in detention centers, concentration camps, because I put that in there, are
Oh,
dying, having stillbirths, with no medical attention given. So sadly, earlier this week, a woman who begged for weeks, 3 weeks for medical attention because she felt like obviously she was losing her baby, had a stillbirth because they ignored her. They wouldn't call 911. And says wide release that nearly 400 emergency 911 calls from ICE detention centers have been placed. Calls about pregnant women bleeding, people having seizures, suicide attempts, and even sexual assault in the detention centers. All of them begging for help. Medical care was delayed, denied, or completely ignored. People have died, but it doesn't mean anything to you, right? Because it's not you and yours. What happens when it is, basically, is this person's caption. But somehow Americans still don't know that we are on the human rights watch list. Um, the staff that are at these detention centers slash concentration camps, it completely ignore them or denied any type of help. Um, But yeah, that is just heartbreaking and devastating because these are humans still, and they're viewing them as just like disposable people. And it's just really, really sickening to just see that there's no empathy being taken for anything. There's literally just nothing. It's just like falling on flat. Like, I don't understand like how these people do they not have children themselves? Do they not see children in the other children's faces? Like, did you see that one where a 6-year-old was arrested, aka kidnapped, because like let's call it what it is,
Mhm.
but he was arrested and he has leukemia.
I did see that. I did. All of this is so sickening and heartbreaking. I don't know how these people go home at night or how they sleep at night or how they look other people in the face. Like how do you do that? And the groupthink mentality amongst these like personnel who are in these detention centers manning this, wake the fuck up. Wake up. What are you doing? These are human lives. These are people.
And
This
they're
is
just like,
gross.
what? Are they looking at them like they're just less than just because they are technically an immigrant? Like,
Or have
again, going back to the beginning, we all are.
yeah, this is really wrong. I don't know like what the answer is outside of driving down there with freaking, I don't know, hordes of people, but like I think our country is really waiting for some kind of savior to come in and help us, our government to react and save us, our, I don't know, military to some like, because I'm saying this because I feel this way because I'm like here in my house with my babies upstairs and we're all kind of in the same boat of like you have to go to work and you have to make money and in order to like survive this and but all of it is so much and it's like what can I do? Like I feel so helpless. Like prior to this administration there was way more decorum, way more respect that was given to people, so when people protested, politicians listened. And it's like falling on deaf ears. I think also this is just such a whole nother ball game. I don't know what the answer is, guys, but I don't know. I'm so sickened and sad, and this is so wrong. Wrong.
And I think he honestly, like you just said, like other people had compassion. I think Trump has literally the mentality of the Red Queen from Alice in Wonderland with like off with their heads. He doesn't care. He doesn't have empathy for anybody. He doesn't give two figs about anyone. I don't even think he likes his children or his wife
No, I don't think he cares at all. They're
at all.
puppets, they're pawns for him. They're just it's just people to play with and support you. It all goes back to him, you know.
Well, who was the what was released to this week where it was like someone was recording over someone's shoulder, like one of his aides, and it
Mm.
was just like literally him talking to someone on the other end going like you just have to play along with this and just follow along like and he's like I don't know how much longer I can, do this for or whatever. Like he was basically like I need to find out who it was and I'll put it in our story. I saw the video like recently, but even the people that are in his office, like the woman that just announced too, she's like, he is out of control. Like I regret standing behind him. I regret blah blah blah. Like people are literally, like I said last week, dropping like flies because they're legitimately like, what the hell did we do? The woman was Candace Owens. She said Trump's been a chronic disappointment, and I feel embarrassed that I told people to go vote for him.
Like
So
these
that's
are
just
these are people that are supposed to be smart. These are people who are in leadership positions. Now you are. This was a massive concern. He was a massive concern when he first ran. Like, where were you guys?
well,
What?
and Kamala even called 90% of the shit he's gonna
Yeah.
do. And everyone was like, oh no, she's just crazy. Crazy woman over here. And then it's like, of course, like, check, check. She called it. She called it. Yep. Everything she said, he's done in
Mhm.
6 months.
Yeah. Yeah, we're 6 months in.
We still have 3.5 years to go, guys. What is he gonna do?
What's going to be
Like,
left?
that's the scary part. We don't know.
And Vance is not great either. Vance is like, great. I'm gonna stand by this guy because I'm down for having a monarchy, and I want to be right there. He's not much better. So yeah,
No.
I don't know what the solution is. I don't think Danielle does either, but this sucks.
I
We
just want someone that is like really who's more powerful than him. Like that could really do damage. Well, more not damage, but more like escort him out in a certain fashion.
I don't
I
know.
will say it as that.
Yeah, I just had this thought too, like because I said we hate it here. But like the response to that is like, well then leave. But actually it doesn't work that way because he affects the whole world. This is the whole world's problem. This is on environmental health. This is on like other humans. This is our oceans, our air that we're breathing, how we are going to drill for oil in the future
Oh
on
yeah.
national parks. Like this affects everyone on this planet. His instability with dealing with other dictators or other people with other nuclear facilities, all of that affects the world. So it's not as easy for us to just go and move to Sweden or wherever. It'd be nice to hide for a little bit. I agree with that. And I don't blame
I'm
anyone who wants to, but it ultimately does.
well, it's Italy and Switzerland that want to pay Americans to come and live there. And I'm like,
Anyway,
okay.
bye, guys. I'm Italian now. See you later.
I'm actually Italian, so I'll go. I'll go to my native land.
I think I'm a very small percent Italian, but I'm really more Spanish. So if Spain could just
I'm
please open
Spanish
their
too.
borders just a little bit. Really appreciative of that.
Um, well, we'll keep you posted once we have updates because a lot of this stuff rolled out within the last couple days. So
The
who
update.
knows when things will get implemented? Who knows when things will take action? Who knows how many more people will have to die, unfortunately. I did see something like ICE is running out of their budget and
Mhm.
it's going to be like multiple billions of dollars spent on ICE. And it's like, so when they run out of their budget, does that mean they'll stop?
Mm, I don't know. Or do they pass it on to something cheaper? Do they move around things? Do they just make money because they just are fucking nuts? So we'll see.
Who are these people? Like, where do they wrangle these people up? Are they like,
Bounty hunters that you're so I think you had mentioned last week about like per person gets paid blah 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 blah. It's
yeah,
not there's ICE and then there's bounty hunters, which has been speculated and probably fairly accurate that a lot of them are J6ers. Um, and yeah, these are people who are really excited about wrangling Mexicans and yeah, because they're racist. So call a spade a spade. I'm Nazis.
God, his fucking followers are dipshits. Anyway,
Yep. Moving on.
moving along, little doggy. So let's talk about something other than the fuck twad.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the good news we're sipping, which is
Woo!
basically a couple
We made
uplifting
it.
items. And this time they're uplifting, guys. They're not depressing as fuck. I'm sorry about last week. Again, like sorry for totally putting a killjoy on an already fucking
It was
shitstorm.
a good story.
Well, so the 12-year-old plays music at
Mhm.
humane societies for distressed animals. So he brings his little piano and keyboard and plays like music and the dogs like do little howls to it. It's
Oh
so
my God.
cute. I'll include
Cute.
the I'll include the links like always, but it's so precious. Like he just goes to different ones that are like have shelter dogs that are obviously distressed and his music that he plays just calms them down.
Love
And
it.
it's so cute. It's 12-year-old boy. Bless his heart. Swear to God, if he I swear to God, if he gets taken by ICE, I'm gonna riot. Riot. uh anyway. And then another one was a Swedish billionaire buys 400,000 acres of Amazon jungle just to protect it. So it can't be built on or it can't be drilled in, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Where are all the other billionaires out there that actually have hearts? Because this guy, love him. All
Yeah,
these other ones are
this
just
is,
having freaking weddings in Venice.
I saw that.
Oh
Gross.
yeah, Jeff Bezos and
Whatever her name is.
Lauren Sanchez, I think,
Whatever.
Bezos. Yeah, a star-studded wedding in Venice or somewhere in Italy because they got like booted out of Venice because there were so many protests happening from there.
Stars, do you want to not be cringy? Like, don't go to these fucking weddings. Stop. Ew. Like, if I see whoever stupid celebrity I see in these wedding photos, I am judging you.
Oh, it's all the Kardashians, of course.
Judge.
Uh, Leonardo DiCaprio,
Judge,
Bill
judge, 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 judge.
Gates. Oh yeah, there's a bunch. Um, so yeah, get
Yeah.
married.
Gross. Gross. Stop it.
Why don't why you have a shit ton of money? Why don't you buy some freaking Oh, of course not, because you're in freaking Trump's back pocket too.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, back to the billionaire who bought.
Yeah.
Kudos to him. That's amazing. I hope that more people do this.
If you
It
have the funds to do it, do it.
I wish I did. I've been
I
a
know if I let me tell you, like if I had the ability and all this like just disposable income, I would do so much good in the world. Let me tell you.
listen, I'd have a good day. Like if I won the lottery, I would have like a really fun time first, and then I'd be like, okay, all right.
Then now what can I do for my world, my community? Exactly.
Just in case, like, you never know. Like every day's a gift. So that first day, gonna have to
Yeah.
go shopping.
Gonna have to buy some things,
And
buy some
then
property. I would immediately be like, I need to buy property. I
Mhm.
need to set my children up for futures. And then I'll think about the rest
the
from
fun.
there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we watched a ton of stuff. So we're just gonna get right on into that because this could take a while.
Gonna zip through
So,
it.
huh?
So we're gonna zip through it.
Oh yeah. So well, I'm gonna zip through a couple things that are more of like what we will be watching and what like a couple things. So something that just got released yesterday, the Bears new season just released on Hulu. So I'll definitely be watching that this weekend. So I'll have that to talk about next week. I didn't even want to attempt to try to watch any yesterday because I would have watched like an episode or two. I'm just gonna avoid spoilers. This is the only thing that I have with certain shows. If it is a high stress more drama-filled show, I feel like those need to be weekly
Mm.
because binge-worthy shows are more like the lighthearted, the ones that have like a little bit more like upbeat moments and things like that. I feel like The Bear falls in that graphic or demographic. Anyway, The Bear falls in that slot of this would be good if I got it once a week.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. But anyway, gonna watch that. I talked previously, like a few episodes ago, about watching on Peacock Grosse Pointe Garden Society. Well, wah, wah, wah. It was just announced today that they were canceled after one season. So I won't feel the urgency to have to go watch and finish it because it was entertaining, but it was just like dragging a little.
Hmm.
Um, and then America's Sweethearts, Dallas Cowboys Cheerleaders, season two, finished that. The only thing I have to say is woot woot. They got a 400% pay increase because they were only getting like $20,000, $30,000 a year.
20 to $30,000 a year. So they got how much of a pay increase did you say?
400%.
Ooh,
Because
okay.
think about it. Think about how much like the actual Cowboys NFL team is getting paid.
Yeah.
These girls are athletes too. They
Yeah.
are doing split jumps straight onto their crotch. They are breaking their hips. Like literally they have no joke, they are having hip surgery because they are fracturing their hips from the split jumps they have to do at every
Oh,
single game.
yeah. It's a huge time commitment too. Kathleen, my brother's fiance, was a professional dancer. She's now retired, but she danced for the Boston Celtics.
It's
And
crazy to think like she's retired and she's like what, 30? 20?
I mean, she like has, her day job, but that was like, really her like it's not even a side hustle, what I want to say is like your passion, is dancing. And yeah, I mean they're really committed. That's a huge time commitment, and physical commitment, and just you have to look a certain way, you have to dress a certain way, you can't dye your hair a certain way sometimes too.
Wait, is that why she has colored hair right now? Because she wasn't able to before?
She has always had colored hair, so she had red. They let her do red on one of the teams.
Oh
Um,
God.
yeah, instead of the purple. That actually, she was just saying that the Valkyries, the new women's basketball team, that they're looking for like more edgier, like kind of punky dancers. So she was like, oh, like the purple would have been perfect for that
She
one.
needs to, is she not going to do it at all or no?
No, she's like since she's been done, she's like, I've been to Italy, I've been here, like to all these destinations. So she's just been traveling and having a blast, and I think really enjoying like just not having that massive time commitment. I was like, go back. I want tickets.
Oh, I want to go to a game.
Selfish. No. Like, okay, okay.
Well, I also watched and just like that. Okay, it's getting better, thank God. So the last episode, really good actually. So I think it's like Aiden's becoming like I'm not like excited to see him on my screen. I want him to go away because the guy that lives below Carrie in her new place
Mhm.
is a very attractive older man. He's an author.
Mhm.
So and then the gardener is Trey from the OC. So there's something there with her friend and him. And I'm like, I love the fact that Trey plays a gardener in this. Like his name's not really Trey. His character in the OC was Trey. But it's good. It's definitely getting better. Except Aiden's apparently back next episode, so I'm not looking forward to that. And then Poker Face only has 2 episodes left. The
Mhm.
latest episode, it had Method Man in it, and it was so good. He played like a gym owner, and it had Whitney Cummings as his wife. It was so, so good. And it was like this the storyline was he was illegally selling breast milk in the gyms to get all of the guys jacked up.
My God.
Yeah. So the latest episode is really good. But yeah, there's 2 episodes left of the season, which I'm gonna be really sad about because it's a really good show. Poker Face on Peacock. Um, and then do you want to get into your three before I get back up to the top two that's gonna take up a little bit more time? Love Island and We Were Liars.
No, go for it. You finish yours, and then I'll do mine.
Okay, so We Were Liars is an 8 episode, if I remember correctly, on Amazon Prime. It takes place in like my favorite takes place in like Connecticut, one of the nice like Upper
Uh-huh.
East, like very wealthy. They own their own island. They go there for the summers, and like there's this cute little romance between the blonde girl, and then this Indian boy that's so cute, and then the guy from that zombie show that was on CW back in the day. He was so 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 hot. He's now
iZombie?
older. Yeah,
I loved
the
iZombie.
Indian guy that's in that plays like his
Dad?
uncle.
Okay. I was like,
Yeah.
wait,
So
is this a spoiler alert? Because I might want to watch this one.
no, I'm not going to give you any spoiler because I was going to ask you. You need to watch it. I do have to disclaimer though, it is very much like it's a starts off as like a mystery because you need to find out it kind of does time jumping where it goes like summer of 2016 to summer of
Okay.
2017.
Okay.
Something happened to her. She's lost her memory, all this stuff. You don't know what the thing is.
Uh-huh.
I need you to watch it. I need to talk about it. I need to talk about the ending because I was not okay. I was not okay. I was not okay. I'm just not going to even say anymore because I still think I'm like emotionally healing from that. But anyway, and then Man Love Island, once it's trying to make you get fed up and flip a table because like, why are you voting these people out? All of a sudden,
Oh,
they're right back in there. Have you been keeping up at all? Or just doing the
no, I
Gen
give
Z
up.
watch on TikTok?
No, because I was like, oh, but you know what? I'm gonna write that one down. Love Island. I was trying to look up TikToks for that.
Can I tell you what happened? Because I just watched today's episode.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, no
Okay,
worries.
sweet. Because we're in California, it's new episodes are released 9 Eastern, so I'm literally up to date today. I just watched the newest episode from 3 hours ago. Um, and they did the Casa Amor this week. So they split up and they got new, they had to get paired up with new people. Then they came back to the villa and then they had to decide, are they going to stick with the person that they've been with the last 3 weeks or the new person that they met at Casa Amor? And all the matches were phenom. The Nicolandria of it all, I think I kind of had a feeling that it was more for show. I don't think it was like going to be long term, which we found out within literally the same episode. Thank God, it wasn't like carried on. And this is going
Mhm.
to sound like gibberish if you don't watch it. Um, so I'm glad that he ended up going back to Ciara because they are so freaking cute. Like she was bawling her eyes out, thinking he was voted off the island, and or voted out of Fiji Island, whatever. Um, she was bawling her eyes out thinking he was voted off, but then he comes in and he's back and she runs and like does the whole like dramatic kissing, like I missed you so much kind of thing, because he's been gone for the last few days to, and in this world, they don't have phones, they don't have an outside world. So like this is their only world right now because they don't have access to the outside world. So you have to realize like things that happen within 3 days probably seem like three
Yeah.
weeks to them. 3 weeks seem like 3 months. So, all in all, tonight's episode, all the people that got paired up and stayed or went back to their originals, I think were perfect choices. Um, think it was, wait, did I finish the episode? Oh, no, wait. I don't think I finished the episode, or unless it was a cliffhanger because I had to put the kids to bed. Oh my
Oh,
God, I'm so excited because then it's going to be another episode tomorrow, which will basically determine the singles that were left from the ones that weren't chosen. So we'll see. Anywho,
okay.
very good. I'm glad I've gotten into this show because it is entertaining. At first, I'm like, there's just a lot of, the only thing that grinds my gears about the show is there's a lot of like kissing scenes where like they go tongue first. Like legitimately, they stick their tongue out to kiss. And I'm like, what happened to the good old peck first? Like closed mouth, kissy face. No, they straight up go like
Is this
like
a new
first with
Gen
like
Z type move that we don't
yeah.
know about? Dear Gen Z, is this how you guys are kissing? Is this normal?
Like they literally, I kid you not, one of the girls, her tongue is fully out going up to the guy's face. I'm like, I don't want my face washed by your tongue.
Have you seen Kourtney Kardashian kiss Travis Barker? They're like
No.
sucking each other's tongue. It's really
If
disturbing.
you're into that,
Nope, don't do that.
I'm not.
I'm gonna pass.
Not at
It's gonna be a
all.
hard pass. I don't care if we're soulmates or what's the other one? What's it called? Um,
Twin flames.
twin flames. Like, no. If we're
What the
twin flames, you would know better.
don't suck my tongue.
I would definitely boop someone. Boop.
Boop. So what
Oh,
did you watch?
oh man, this week I was feeling okay, this is a lie because I'm always feeling this, but I don't know if everyone knows this, but I am a big fan of period pieces. I love period piece shows or movies. I am into it. Pride and Prejudice, like that is my Jimmy Jam. Like that's
You're like Stassi. Stassi loves this period
oh,
piece.
I love it.
She
It's
loves
so
it.
sexy and like fun. And I like imagine being in it. Like I just want to like I love it. So it was a good
Oh, by
week.
the way, before you get into it, apparently if you look on YouTube, look up Assassin's Creed walks, and you can literally have in the background as you're cleaning them walking through a period piece of just like an old cobblestone road and old architecture, and they're just walking and it's like super soothing. She does that, she said, when like her kids were babies, and she would just put up Assassin's Creed, and it was funny because she wouldn't call it that, she just kept calling it out like period piece walks.
Mhm.
And he goes, can I just say what it is? It's Assassin's Creed. And she's like, yeah, but it's like a video game, but I don't play it. And he goes, no, it's legitimately the guy from Assassin's Creed, POV, walking through cobblestone, old fashioned, old style, like towns and like villages and stuff. And it's just walking. And so it's just really soothing, apparently. And you hear his like feet hit the cobblestone road. And
Yeah.
it's just like She's apparently really into it, so you might like it.
Yeah. I love the romance of it. I love like the romance. I love the gardens. Like it's definitely one of my favorite things to watch. So this week I was on Apple TV and I was like, okay, this has been kind of haunting me. Like, what is this show? And it's The Buccaneers. And so it already had their first season and now they just started up their season two. So this week I watched all of season one. I like literally binged it.
How many episodes?
I think it's eight
Okay.
episodes, anywhere from 8 to 10. And then I'm like all the way up to date on season two now. So the next episode airs on, I think, Wednesday. So I was like, I have to wait all the way till Wednesday. But then the Lord giveth and gave me the newest season to the Gilded Age, which I've
Wait, oh
watched.
my God. I thought the character's name was Lord Gibbeth. I was like, oh, you're saying Lord Gibbeth. I was like, oh, is that Lord Gibbeth?
Yes, Lord giveth.
Love him.
Will
He's
he ask me to marry him?
he's divine.
Yeah, so the Gilded Age season. Okay, let me look it up. I'm sorry, I don't know what season we're on. I think
That's the
it's
one with
like,
the girl that, or that's the one with Cynthia Nixon from, and then Mamma
yeah,
Mia.
you know what? She's actually really not my favorite actress. Um, she is kind of annoying, but I feel like the role that she plays in the Gilded Age is kind of works, Like I don't know, I just don't think she's a good actress. My only
Okay, so going back to And Just Like That, I can tell you right now, her scenes are more of the get it
cringy.
out of
Yeah,
here,
get it
just
out.
go. Like there was a scene where for some reason she was naked in the hallway and Carrie walks out. Like I saw straight up full bush, tits, all the things. I'm not joking. Full Gilded Age is going on. And I'm like thinking, why was that necessary to show too? But also, then the next day she like steals her yogurt, and that was a storyline. And I'm like,
No thanks. Yeah,
get
pass.
her like either liven it up or get the old writers or something because these storylines kind of blow for her. Like
Her
Miranda's storylines
old
kind of suck.
acting in the past, I guess, like original Sex and City, she was fine, but maybe they kept giving her the same, like I don't know if there was a lot of depth there anyways, but I think that she's taken a little bit like more of a nosedive on the acting, or maybe
Remember when she got into politics?
oh, vaguely. Yeah, vaguely.
Yeah, she was like trying to be senator or something or governor of New York. Okay, you continue Gilded Age while I find that
Okay.
out.
So, okay. First, let me go back to Buccaneers. Buccaneers is
Okay.
about
Lord
American
giveth.
girls during this like, age um time 1800s, I'm assuming. And they are like wealthy in New York, and then they start to like basically move back over to England and like get married, have these relationships, and there's a lot of like mini dramas. It just has like a little bit of everything, but they also pair it with like more modern style music. So it kind of reminds me of the one with Haley Steinfeld. Did you ever watch that one?
No, but there was a show I watched where it was like an old-timey show, but it had um like violin music to like Taylor Swift, freaking like Rolling Stones and all these in it, but it was like violin versions and like flute.
It was a show.
There was a show and they used the same thing. Gossip Girl even did it too, and like where it was supposed to look
Susan?
like it was supposed to be all prestigious and it was
Yeah.
like playing classical music, but it was really like modern music, but in classical.
Yeah. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, and we've seen this. Like, I think the like original one is with like Marie Antoinette. Like, that's when you really start seeing like the crossover of like cool music.
I wanted to watch that last weekend so bad.
Oh,
The freaking Kirsten Dunst version.
yeah. Yeah, it's great. Love that one. Okay, so the one that I used to watch was called Dickinson with Haley Steinfeld. That one's also a really good one. So I feel like Buccaneers is kind of on par with that. Where you've got like very female empowered roles and they talk about these kind of these like themes of like, as women we shrink ourselves down so that men notice us, but like none of that really makes sense. And yeah, it's a really good storyline. So That's Buccaneers. Then the Gilded Age is similar, but they're all in New York. And like just about society and stuff and these different, like characters and all their dramas. That one's more close to oh shoot. Oh no, I lost it. That's the creator of one of the biggest ones. Shoot. I used to love that show and my grandma would watch it too. Like it's
Well,
a hold
Bridge, no, but I know what you're talking about. I
on.
didn't watch it, but I know what you're talking about. It was on PBS.
Yes. Uh
Downton Abbey.
yes, thank you.
I literally like if you were to be inside my brain right now, I'd be like I would be like grabbing different TV shows and I'm like, which one is it? Which one is it? By the way, Dickinson showrunner Elena Smith detailed the challenges of making the Apple TV period drama show, and the reason why they ended it was because Apple kept her in the dark about the show's success and actively gaslit her to determine if it was coming back or not. And she
No.
just decided she's gonna back out. That's
Who
the
did
reason
they
why it
do
never
that
came
to?
back. The creator of the show, Dickinson.
Oh, that's shitty. Julian Fellows is the creator, apparently, member of the House of Lords United. Maybe not. Julian
A
Ellie
Buccaneers or the other one?
of Gilded Age and Downton Abbey. So, anyways,
Got
that
it.
is what I watched and loved. I also was watching Hacks, which I don't know if I mentioned it on our podcast yet, but I've been trying to catch up on Hacks. It's a really good show. I think you would like it.
I've heard a lot of people loving it. I loved her, and she was in Murphy Brown, right?
Who?
I was in the
Mark?
lead.
Uh,
Do you remember the show Murphy Brown from the 90s?
oh, must be James Mark. No, I don't. No.
I
Mm-mm.
was a child that I loved old people shows, so I say old people shows with grace because my the people I watched it with were not old. That looking back, they were old to me. Now they were youthful. But I used to watch like I loved Mad About You with Helen Hunt. I loved Murphy Brown. I loved Frasier. I was literally a child watching Frasier and Mama's Family and Golden Girls and all these shows. Like I no wonder I am who I am because I was always like an old person in a child's
I think
body.
you would really like Hacks. It's a really good show. So if you're looking for a new show to watch, it's on Max. It's a good one. Like it, great humor. The cast is wonderful, just acting all around. There's some twists and turns you're not expecting. It's not like so dramatic that you're going to cry. It's enjoyable, like all around.
And they
So
just announced that they're coming back for a season 5.
I'm very
Literally
behind, guys.
May 27th, 25. Hacks renewed for season 5.
And then the last thing that I've been watching is I'm trying to catch up on Traitors. I'm watching this season a little bit slower, I think, because I got distracted with some of the other stuff that I was obviously obsessed with, which but
UK traders or America traders?
season two US Traitors, which has the normies in it. And it's fun. It's still fun. I'm just like, when I'm folding clothes, like, okay, let's
Oh
put them.
yeah, no, I have designated shows where I'm like, I don't need to actively watch this show. Or I have so I actually like it. It's called somebody posted was like it's not called doom scrolling anymore. It's just called scrolling and everything and we're all doomed. But it's like I put on certain shows where I'm like, this is my kids are in bed now. I can actively go on my social media where it's not work related, where I have to like tend to their stuff. I can look at my stuff. And I'll put on a show that I know I can like dip in and dip out and not be like, oh wait, I missed it, rewind. Like it's not one of those. So I have my shows that are like that where I'm like folding clothes show, doom scrolling show, aka normal scrolling show. So I do the same.
Yep. I
Yeah.
think that's it. That's all
Cool.
she wrote.
So how many seasons of Gilded Age are there right now?
I think three.
Oh, so and there's okay, so it's not like the way of the OC where there was like 22 episodes a season. It's like 8 episodes a season. I do miss shows that were like that though, where it was like I saw that thing where it was like, oh yeah, when Ryan randomly really, really wanted to go out for the soccer team, and then it was like never talked about again. It's like I miss those like filler episodes where like they weren't really that
Yeah.
important, but they were there.
It's gotta be
And
like a not a talk show, but maybe like a talk show probably does more than 10, right? Or like a
Talk show. What freaking Watch What Happens Live, the after show for Bravo has like 300 and something episodes this season
holy hell.
because he does it he does it Monday through Friday after every single show.
Do that. No.
Yeah, so well, next week I will have The Bear to discuss.
Mhm.
So if you want to watch The Bear, watch it along with me. Did you watch last season?
Yeah, I did. I watch it with Charlie though, so I have to go at like Charlie speed.
Men's Speed, let me tell you, Men's Speed, I have a grind to pick, grind to guilt.
Oh, I'm glad
Anyway,
we're ending the this episode like we started this
you couldn't talk and now I cannot. Well, I
episode.
have a gear to grind. Is that it? Anyway, can you just get his butt going because I'm gonna probably watch tonight since it's actually relatively early on a Friday. I'm gonna probably download this episode and then I'm gonna watch maybe the first episode of The Bear and then I'm gonna watch a couple tomorrow and then a couple the next day. So I'll probably be over halfway through by the top of the next week and I'll try to finish by next episode. So why don't you get Charlie not to be a Charlie and just do it? Pull that
Okay.
Megan Fox out of you and make him watch The Bear.
You think I can go on what is that? What was that dating show where she's like, I look, some people tell me I look like a
Love is blind. Yeah, but then they would actually be like, okay, I can see it. I mean, like, granted,
I
there
can't.
were certain things where it was like, okay, I can
Yeah,
understand. Like maybe the eyebrow arch is the same and like
her
the
eyes.
nose was the same, but like that's pretty much it.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I did not watch that season until I watched the season after, and apparently I should have watched the other season because the last one was boring. But yeah.
Okay.
Well, Charlie, if you don't watch The Bear, then Damiana's gonna go on Love is Blind. So you heard it here first.
Oh boy.
All right. Well, as always, please like, subscribe, comment, DM, share, promote, all the things, play the fiddle. I don't know. Anyway, do all the things, please, for us because we need, your help and support. So appreciate it.
Thank you
Love you
guys.
guys.
Bye.
Mm.